Today I'm going to show you how to place a mask over a video element like I did here. Here's what this video looked like before I placed the mask over it, and here's what it looks like after placing the mask over it. So I'm going to delete all these elements and start over from scratch. If you want to follow along, there's a download link for the elements in the video description. And I'm going to bulk delete all of our media elements as well. There's the baseball that rotates, there's the pitcher, and the mask element. But now straight to the tutorial. So first we go to Media. I've installed a plugin called Happy Files, which lets you organize all your media elements. I'm going to make a new folder called Baseball Elements. I'm going to create it. And once inside this folder, I'm going to add all the elements needed to create the page. Alright, now that they're in there, we can get to work. We're going to go to Pages. I'm going to make a new page. It doesn't matter what you call this. I'm just going to call this Baseball Test. And we'll go ahead and publish it. And we'll view the page. And edit in bricks. The first thing we'll do is make a new section. Click on the container. And in the container, we'll add an image element and a video element that will go over top of the image. So for the image, we'll click that. And we'll select our baseball image. And we'll go ahead and insert it. And for the video, we will go to Content, and instead of YouTube, we'll go to Media. We'll click on the selected file and insert it. The first thing I'll do is make the baseball player take up 100% of the width of the page. So I'll go to Container, Style, Layout, Width. I'll enter 100%. And then I will do the same thing for the actual image, 100%. So now the baseball player takes up the entire page. Now we need to have our video over top of the image. So I'm going to click on Video, under Style, Layout, I'm going to make this Absolute. Now you see the video is over top of the image. It doesn't matter what order you do this next step in, but just so we can see what's kind of happening with the ball, I'm going to make it autoplay and I'm going to put it on loop. So now that the baseball is moving, we need to cut out the background of it. To do this, we're going to use the mask that we uploaded and also some code. The first thing I'm going to do is add two code elements. It'll make sense why I added two in a moment. So we type in code, and we can click that twice. And for the first code, I'm going to go to this external code snippets manager. This code manager is just a place where you can keep codes you've created on your computer so you can access them easy. If you're interested in it, I've placed a link in the video description. But I've placed this under mask, and then I called this center mask. We're just going to copy everything and go back to our site. And in the first code block, I'm just going to delete this and then paste it in our first code block. So the first thing I need to do is enter the URL of our mask. We go back to our media location, click on the mask, copy the URL, go back to our site, and where it says enter URL, I'm going to paste the mask there, and now I'm going to click execute. Now nothing happened. That's because the baseball doesn't have the CSS tag on it yet, so I'm going to copy the tag, go back to our video, and paste the tag. And now I've got a mask around the baseball. You can see the background. The only issue with this is the mask is cropped too much in on the baseball, so we're going to adjust that. Instead of a 50% size mask, we'll go ahead and make this 60, still too small. We'll do 70, which is still too small. We'll do 80. And 80% is too big since we're seeing the black around the baseball, so we'll just make this 75%. And there we go. Now to make this look a little better, I'd also like to be able to see the baseball player's head. To do this, we'll place another piece of CSS in the second code block. I've already created this code in the code snippet manager, and I called this Reposition and Scale, no position. It doesn't matter what you call it. I'll go ahead and copy this, and then I'll paste it in our code block. I'll delete whatever came in it originally. I will copy our new CSS tag. I'll execute the code, and I will paste the tag into the video. So now the baseball is a much better size. If we wanted to move this around, you can see we have a translate X and Y axis. We can make this 50% if we want to, or 30% and 20% if we wanted. We can change the scaling of it. And let's check this out on the front end now. So we'll save, click on preview, and view it on the front end. Looks pretty good. The only issue is that someone can click on the image and stop it, and I don't want them to have that ability. So we're going to place another piece of code back on the site. Back in the builder, I'm going to add a new code block, and I've already created a piece of code that'll disable mouse clicking. I call it no click. I'll copy this and paste it into our code block. We'll copy the no click tag. I'm going to paste it in the class section on the video. I'll save this and go to preview. And now when we click on the baseball, it won't stop rotating.